Today we're going to take a look at the Cherry XTRFY K33 75% size keyboard. And you're probably wondering, okay, well, what's so great about this keyboard? Well, you'll notice this first. You ever seen a keyboard that has an IP54 rating? Yeah, it's dust and splash resistant. So this is a gaming keyboard. And I guess if you're getting into a hot game and you accidentally knock over your bottle of Diet Coke, if it splashes on your keyboard, it's not going to fry it. Now, another thing that I'm very interested in about this keyboard, and I don't know if you could read it right here, it says it is a mechanical gaming keyboard. What the heck is mechanical? Well, the switches are a hybrid of membrane and mechanical. So I'm kind of interested in seeing how that's going to work out. So we're going to open it up real quick. I'm going to show you what comes in the box. Then I'm going to show you or let you see and hear what it sounds like to type on it. And then I'm going to tell you what I think about it after using it for a week or so. So let's go ahead and open it up real quick. Gotta chop into it. See what comes in the box. All right, let's get the keyboard out first. It's wrapped like a sub sandwich. It's kind of cool. I'll have to cut out one of these logos and put it in my journal for today. Yes, I'm one of those people who like to journal. So here's the keyboard. I'm going to set this right here for a minute so I can show you everything else that comes in it real quick. All right, we get a sticker. Who doesn't love a sticker? We get a big manual that has the information in multiple languages. And we probably get... Oh, I'm super surprised that we do not get a keyboard switch and cap removal tool, but we do get a USB-A to USB-C charging and connectivity cable, because this is a tri-mode keyboard, and that means that it can be connected to your computer with either Bluetooth cable or a 2.4 gigahertz dongle. So while we're here looking at this back edge, you can see there is a switch for that. Tri-mode. I'm going to leave it right in the center because I tend to like to use a cable. We've got a little USB-C port and a power LED, and for some reason they saw fit to put this little cover, maybe to keep it IP54 rated in case you're using it Bluetooth or wireless and you splash that Diet Coke, it won't go in that port. Then we got the logo right here. Now on the back, it is kind of translucent. I'm going to guess, but we'll have to verify, that it might have some RGB effects on the bottom here. And here we have our dongle. So you can use it, plug this into your computer and connect it that way. And we have some flip out feet to raise the back of the keyboard even further for a more ergonomic angle. So we got anything on the side? Nope. This side? Nope. Front, looks like we have some status LEDs right there that's going to tell us if the cap lock's on and what mode it's in. We'll have to take another look at that here in a little bit. And we have another logo. And we have yet another logo. They don't want you to forget who makes this keyboard. Now it does come in black and the white version you see here. I decided to go with the white version because it won't show dust. Now you will notice, if you've watched any of my other keyboard reviews, and if you haven't, why not? I'll have a playlist at the end if you want to check out some of the other ones. I tend to prefer a analog switch or analog knob for volume control, and this one does not have that, but it does have a few function keys for mute and adjusting the volume over here, along with some other things that you tend to see in a keyboard. And you will see right here on the enter key, it says Windows and Mac. So I'm assuming that there is some kind of function key combo that will let you switch between modes. And we do have Windows and Option and Alt and Command for Windows users. So there we go. All right, it's time to hook it up to my MacBook, and I'll use it for a few days, and I'll give you a sound and visual demo of the sound that it has when typing on these keys. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, let me remove one of these caps so we can take a look at these special switches. All right, I had to go find a keycap removal tool since it didn't come with one. Now, first thing I notice right here are these keycaps. Check out the stem there. That's different, right? So that's not something I'm familiar with, so that tells me right off the bat that these are unique switches. And yeah, check this out, guys. You cannot replace these switches. Let me try to get even closer. Check that out. And it looks like, let's see if I got a pen here to, better yet, let me get the spooger tool. Yeah, this feels like a rubber membrane in here. So if I take this tool, it's got a membrane switch. And I can't really hear anything when I'm pressing it, but it feels like a silicone covering that I'm pressing. It feels very soft. Okay, well, we're going to have to see what I think about that. So let's put this back on here. Like that. You can hear them. All right, time to hook it up to my MacBook. All right, I've been using a Keychron keyboard, so I'm going to take that and move it out of the way. And get the Cherry XTRFY. I'm going to remove this little cover and plug it in. I already have a USB cable, and you can see right away, I hope you can see right away. Let me turn the light off. Let me turn another light off. I think you can see right away that it has RGB effects, and underneath the desk, or underneath the base, just like I mentioned it probably would, it's got a glowing effect. That's pretty cool. I'll show you all of this much closer and in detail with the See It in Action section. But we're ready to type. My MacBook's already asking me to verify that I've set up a keyboard or connected a new keyboard. So I'm going to do that real quick. And just like that, we are ready to go. Okay, I'll be back in a few days, but you're not going to notice it. Well, I have been using the Cherry XTRFY K33 keyboard for over a week now, and I have to say that it is a nice keyboard. I like the 75% size. I really like the fact that the keys to change the backlighting effects are right up here on the function row. You don't have to remember some wacky key combination in order to flip to a different lighting effect or even turn it off for that matter. So I really like that. Thanks, Cherry. Now, what I don't particularly, wow, why can't I say that? What I don't like, okay? What I don't like that much are the mechanical switches, the membrane / mechanical switches. That's not my favorite. No, they feel a little mushy, and it's only because I review so many mechanical keyboards, I know what my fingers like. And the feel of this keyboard is not what I prefer. I like a really tactile switch, a really good mechanical switch. Now that said, again, this is a nice keyboard. I don't want to diss it too much because I do like the size. I do a lot. And it's just basic. It looks great on my desk. I'm not a gamer, and it has some gaming features, so gamers might really appreciate it. But when it comes down to it, Cherry makes nice keyboards. You can't fault them for that. And if you want a 75% size keyboard that's a gaming keyboard, you don't have to use it to game, you might want to check this one out. It's not going to break the bank. It's not going to take up all the space on your desk. And yeah, it's a nice keyboard, even though it's not for me. I hope this review was helpful to you. If it was, let me know in the comments below. And as always, I hope you have a great day.